Alright, so do you wonder what the EBT community is talking about today? Well, I took a look and I didn't like what I saw. Well, apparently they want all black athletes to boycott the SEC. Now, while I'm an Ohio State Buckeye and I hate the SEC with all my heart, I need you to know I hate the SEC. I don't understand why anybody that's black would go to a SEC school. It is not based on racism, the reason why I think. Now, they want to pull all black athletes out the SEC and send them where? Ohio? All right, come on. Boycott the SEC is a horrible decision for any black athlete, and I'm here to tell you, do not take advice from them. They're going to lead you down a path where you're going to miss out on a career, you're going to miss out on monetary gain, you're going to miss out on a lot of stuff. But the fact of the matter is, they think these boys give a about voting. These boys trying to make it to the league, man. They got their heads on right. Y'all can continue to fight for the dumb shit y'all fight for. Nobody is taking your rights. But boycotting the SEC as a Big Ten fan and an Ohio State Buckeye through and through, I'm all for it.
What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you guys pulling up today. The NAACP is ridiculous. This is the stupidest thing that I have heard. These people are outrageous. If any of these washed up civil rights organizations think that these young kids are about to forego millions of dollars, and in some cases, maybe it's not millions, maybe it's hundreds of thousands of dollars for this washed up organization that does nothing for black folks, nothing for the black community. This is the same organization that told you to vote for Abigail Spanberger, out there in Virginia over Winsome Sears. So miss me with all of that. Miss me with it all, man. Seriously. All of these people out here telling these folks, hey, don't go to these schools and miss out on hundreds of thousands of dollars to defend or to quote unquote protest, washed up organization and these jacked up districts that are just pieces of what. Are you out of your mind? Anybody listening to these people, anybody still listening to the NAACP in 2026, you are hustling backwards, and they're going to lead you down a path of destruction. You would literally be missing out on generational wealth by listening to these fools. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel.
In this moment when black representation is under attack, it is important for the CBC to keep in their tradition of being the moral of the Congress, but the moral of conscience of this country. No representation, no revenue, no one black should be on a playing field of institutions that's living off of our labor, and yet in states that are seeking to reinstitute a sharecropping reality. It is not the responsibility of black America to hold individuals who should know better accountable for doing better. As soon as the United States Congress stand united to ensure our Constitution represent all of us, we will be a better nation as a result. NAACP this morning, in solidarity with the CBC, we are calling on athletes who are coming out of high school not to attend any state-funded schools of states that have moved to minimize our right to vote, to minimize our ability to elect candidates of our choice, and states that are seeking to create a sharecropping reality. Whether that state be Missouri or Mississippi, whether that state is South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas, or Florida. 55% of all African Americans live in the former Confederate South. But the 55% of us who live in the former Confederate South, we will not tolerate a Confederate mentality on our labor, on our ability to contribute, and our ability to be to have representation. In this moment, our democracy is in crisis. This is not about partisanship. This is about true representation. And for the NAACP, we will fight with all we have in solidarity with the Congressional Black Caucus to ensure that we have representation or if we don't, we will withhold the talent that play on the football field or on the basketball court, be them men or female, in this moment.
You see how crazy and ridiculous these people sound? So you want other people to miss out on a grand opportunity to fight your failed fight. The Supreme Court has already passed their judgment on this. They've written it out. It's not going back. So this right here just shows you that this is all they have. All they have is grievances. All they have is, to protest. This is it, because you can't sue the Supreme Court. So this right here lets you know, ladies and gentlemen, that they are cooked. They're done. And the Congressional Black Caucus, they have done nothing. They've been a net negative for the United States of America. They've been a net negative for black people in the United States of America. The NAACP has been a net negative for the United States of America and a net negative for American blacks in this country. Simple as that. So this right here just shows you that they're grasping for straws. They're done. No one's paying attention to this. And I will tell you this. Any parent out there, if you do have a D1 child, let them go to school. Let them go. These people are outrageous, man. They don't care about you. They do not care about you. You are just a useful idiot in their plot for power. Nothing more, nothing less.
Some breaking news in response to the Supreme Court's gutting of the Voting Rights Act. The NAACP has announced it's now urging black athletes, football and basketball in particular, to withhold their commitments to schools in the South that have moved to quickly gerrymander, redraw their lines to dilute black votes. We've seen that happen in Tennessee, Louisiana, and they're moving toward that in South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, potentially elsewhere. The NAACP in its announcement says black athletes and recruits are asked to withhold their commitments from targeted programs, to ask coaches and athletic directors where their universities stand on voting rights, and to visit and seriously consider HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities.
So you want them to go to HBCUs and miss out on hundreds of thousands of dollars. And HBCUs are some of the most poorly ran universities out there. HBCUs, more times than not, they are a hot mess. Outrageous. Outrageous. These are some of the most narcissistic, selfish, power-hungry individuals out there. Simple as that.
NFL send the Super Bowl to a Jim Crow state like Tennessee after what's going on here, intentionally diluting majority black Memphis with white power.
I think we have to be clear that the only time they like black bodies are when they're entertaining them or when they're on a sports field. Boycott and encourage conventions to not come to Tennessee and to Louisiana and Alabama. Telling people to go vote is not going to work because it diluted the black vote. And so we have to think of more creative strategies to put a pressure point on them and to make it painful where it matters in economics.
Like I said, this is all they have. They're grasping for straws. So now you're upset that the NFL is bringing the Super Bowl to Nashville. Nashville, the Titans, they're building a new stadium. I believe it's going to be a dome or at least one of those with the retractable roof. And that's a lot of the reason why they're getting the Super Bowl down there. Nashville, it is a red state, but it is booming. It is growing like it's nobody's business. So y'all would prefer the Super Bowl to be played in another blue state where the players can be taxed into oblivion, huh? That's your preference. These people are outrageous, man.
The NAACP want black athletes to boycott the SEC schools. They want black fans not to support SEC sports. Man, you know good and well.
It ain't gonna happen.
We are not boycotting football. And we're gonna continue to send our kids to SEC schools. You know good and well, the South don't care about no black political interests. They don't care about that. But I know we ain't boycotting no football. When Colin Kaepernick took a knee to protest police brutality, we still watch football. You think we're not gonna watch the SEC on Saturdays? They're crazy.
Yeah, they are crazy. Think about this, man. You got guys in playing SEC football You know, one of the top guys making $4 million a year. The top guys making $5.4 million a year. And you want these guys to forgo generational bread to fight redlining in districts that are poor, dangerous, terrible education systems, and they've been that way for the better part of 60 years or so, with quote unquote black representation. Not to mention in places like Memphis, you're going to still have black representation. The lady out there, Charlotte Bergman, she's running for that seat. I found out she's been running for that seat. She's ran for it 10 times and she lost to a white Democrat. So the NAACP can come out here and they can try to say, oh, this is about race and black representation. Today was primary day out in the state of Alabama, and I had zero issue going, getting a ballot. I have an ID, showed my ID, told them who I was, what party I was supporting, and they gave me a ballot, and I went and handled business, slid it in the daggone machine to be counted. No different than everybody else. If you are a highly melanated American, your vote is not being disregarded. You have the ability to support whatever party and whatever candidate you want to support. The left is upset that they no longer have a stranglehold on these districts the way they've redlined and gerrymandered them up. Let me know what your thoughts in the comment section. Are any of these players, going to forego NIL money, a scholarship to one of these SEC schools? Do you honestly think that? Are you a parent that's ready to tell your child, hey, I know they offered you $2 million to play ball next year. Go on and turn that down for no offer. You ready to do that? For the NAACP and the Congressional Black Caucus that has done absolutely nothing for you. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Hit that like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family or buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. And as always, keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you guys next time. Peace.
We won't stop. I won't quit. Stand for the truth. No counterfeit. Real ones rise. Let the fake ones split. Repent for the lies. Let the